Voice of Change News.
This is Voice of Change Radio News. Good day. Thank you for joining us. I'm Amanda Kumalo. A look at the top stories. AU Chair amplifies call for sanctions removal. Please quiz CCC's Mahere on claimed bomb blast at Chamisa rally. Tendai BT faces deregistration as a lawyer. In business news, tourism industry on rebound. Regional and international news. With support from allied militia, Somalia hunts al-Shabab. In sports, ZIFA press ahead with reforms. The news in detail. African Union chairperson and Senegalese President Macky Sall has said sanctions imposed by Western countries on Zimbabwe are an injustice that has caused untold pain on Zimbabweans and the region at large. In his address to the United Nations General Assembly, President Sall said the economic sanctions should be removed immediately to enable Zimbabwe to realize its full potential. This comes as African countries, notably South Africa, Rwanda, Botswana, and Namibia, have consistently condemned the unilateral sanctions that were imposed 2 decades ago by the United States, Britain, and their Western allies as punishment for the land reform program. President Mnangagwa said Zimbabwe has come up with a wide range of measures to ensure inclusion of minorities in all aspects of the socio-economic fabric of society as part of development that leaves no one and no place behind. In his address at the commemoration of the adoption of the Declaration on the Rights of Persons belonging to national or ethnic, religious, and linguistic minorities at the United Nations headquarters in New York, President Mnangagwa said deliberate policy measures such as devolution and the adoption of a constitution that recognizes 16 official languages demonstrates his administration's respect for the rights of minorities. First Lady Dr. Auxilia Mnangagwa joined other African First Ladies on the sidelines of the 77th United Nations General Assembly in New York, where they sought to clarify the current state of the Organization of African First Ladies for Development and to discuss various health and social issues affecting the continent which needed their attention. The meeting also sought to align on a vision for the next 5 years and strategic priorities for the next 2 years. It also, among other things, sought to adopt the proposed strategic priorities document and map upcoming key milestones. Opposition Citizens Coalition for Change CCC spokesperson Mahere was quizzed Wednesday by officers from Chinhoyi Central Police Station's Criminal Investigations Department Law and Order section over the suspected bomb blast at a rally addressed by CCC leader Nelson Chamisa recently. She had earlier on Wednesday been summoned to assist police with investigations into the Gadzema grounds explosion. CCC has maintained the bomb was targeting Chamisa, while the opposition party has presented conflicting evidence of the suspected hitman's vehicle from which the explosive was thrown. In a statement on Tuesday, Mahere admitted CCC had wrongly identified a motor vehicle registration number plate supplied to police for investigations. Former Finance Minister Tendai BT faces deregistration as a lawyer after local businessman Tendai Mashamanda reported allegations of misconduct against him to the Law Society of Zimbabwe, LSZ, and Justice Minister Ziyambi. BT's law firm Tendai BT Law Chambers stands accused of systematically filing fake affidavits. LSZ spokesperson Richard Chidza confirmed receiving the letter. Justice Minister Ziyambi also confirmed receiving the letter and said it was under the ministry's internal processes. A look at what is happening beyond our borders. Militia members in central Somalia have helped kill scores of al-Shabab militants in an ongoing operation against the Islamic extremist rebels that are receiving air support from the United States, Somali authorities said. Suspected al-Shabab fighters are being hunted in the Iran region areas of Yasomen and Abori, and more than 100 had died as of Sunday, the Minister of Information, Culture and Tourism said in a statement issued on Tuesday. In business news, the government's engagement and re-engagement drive has resulted in a sharp increase in tourist arrivals, revenue generated and investments in the sector as the country continues to be a favorable destination under the new dispensation. During the first quarter of the year, the tourism sector registered a rise in arrivals compared to the same period last year. The surge was a 115% increase in tourist arrivals compared to the same period in 2021. Tourism receipts also increased by 121% this year. Addressing tourism executives attending a World Tourism Symposium in Gweru recently, Deputy Minister of Environment, Climate, Tourism and Hospitality Industry, Barbara Rodzi, said the tourism industry, which was adversely affected by the global COVID-19 pandemic, was on a rebound. Moving on to the world of sports, the ZIFA board have said they are pressing ahead with the football reforms as part of the efforts to bring back normalcy in the local game. The association's spokesperson, Kolisani Gwesela, said the football leadership was working round the clock to address some of the ills pointed out by the Sports and Recreation Commission as part of the combined efforts to cleanse the game. Zimbabwe is currently under FIFA suspension, and the different initiatives are part of the measures being taken to bring back the game on its feet before approaching FIFA for readmission. That ends this news bulletin.
Voice on Change News.